Hello everyone, welcome back again to my class. You can see the picture of blood circulation, vision, digestion, respiration and excretion. So can you tell me which system or which part of our body is controlling all these systems or controlling the coordination between all these systems? Yes, I know you can answer. The answer is the nerves and hormones. So nerves, they control the growth and functioning of hormones, and hormones, they control the growth and development of the nerves. So at first, hormones, they are the chemical messenger of our body. Why chemical messenger? Because nerves, they sends message to the hormones, and then hormones carry out the function. And hormones are called the workers of the body system. So you can see the pituitary gland, which is secreting the hormone, and it is called the master gland of our body, and it is connected to the hypothalamus of the brain. So next, the pituitary gland controls the anterior pituitary gland, which eventually controls the function of thyroid stimulating hormone or follicle stimulating hormone or luteinizing hormone. Again, thyroid stimulating hormone, it controls the function of thyroid gland to produce T3 or T4. So next part is nervous system. So nervous system is defined as the manager of the body system, and mainly the brain is the manager of total nervous system. This system is the system through which the animal respond to outer and inner stimuli. That means outer means outer heat or cold, etc., and inner stimulation, that may be pain inside. So the brain receives the stimulation from outer side or inner side, and then it sends command to the body parts and coordinates between the physiological activities. Now the types of nervous system. First one is central nervous system, and second one is peripheral nervous system, in between which we will discuss about central nervous system today. So again, take a look. The nervous system is divided into central nervous system and peripheral nervous system, and central nervous system is constituted with brain and spinal cord, and the peripheral nervous system, it is constituted with somatic nervous system and the autonomic nervous system. Autonomic means the nervous system which maintains the automatic systems like the sympathetic or the parasympathetic functions. Now you can see the picture of brain. So what is brain? It is the swollen part of the nervous system at the top of the spinal cord, and inside the skull is called the brain. So inside the head, what we have, the main part or the manager of our total nervous system is the brain. Now the parts of brain mainly divided into three parts. First one is forebrain, second one is midbrain, third one is hindbrain. So some part of the forebrain, that is thalamus, then midbrain, and some part of the hindbrain, that is medulla oblongata. So these three are constituting the brain stem. Now the parts of forebrain. Forebrain mainly has three parts. First one is cerebrum, whose outer part is called the cerebral cortex. Second one is the thalamus, as you can see in the picture. and third one is the hypothalamus. These are the parts of forebrain. So what is the function? As you can see, the cerebrum is divided into two lobes, right and left, and it is connected with corpus callosum, as you can see in the lower picture, and it is covered with a membrane called meninges. As you can see in the picture, the cerebrum has two layers. The outer layer is called the gray matter because it is formed with the cell body of neurons, which is gray in color, and the inner layer is white matter, which is white in color because it is formed with the axon of neuron. Now, function of the forebrain. Cerebrum controls the conscious activities like speech, vision, movement, thinking and intelligence. Thalamus, it carries information from the body to cerebrum. And hypothalamus, it connects the nervous system with endocrine system through pituitary gland. So the pituitary gland is called the master gland, which eventually controls the functions of all other glands, and this master gland is connected to the brain through hypothalamus. Now midbrain. It is also called mesencephalon, and it connects the forebrain and hindbrain. As you can see in the picture here, forebrain and midbrain is forebrain and hindbrain is connected through midbrain. So the midbrain coordinates the muscle activities and maintains balance, and it plays important role in vision and hearing. So next is hindbrain, and it has three parts. It is also called rhombencephalon. The three parts are cerebellum, pons and medulla oblongata. Now cerebellum. As you can see in the picture, it is located at the back of the pons. It is divided into two lobes. The exterior part here is gray matter and inner part is white matter. So you can see the cerebellum in the picture. It controls the muscle stress, movement and balance. It also controls voluntary muscles activity. That means the movement of our hand or leg, that is the voluntary actions. Now, pons. It is located between the medulla oblongata and midbrain. It controls sleep as well as breathing rate and pattern. Medulla oblongata. It is the most posterior part of brain. You can see in the picture. The front part is connected with pons and back part with spinal cord. Total 8 pairs of the 12 pairs of cranial nerves originating from medulla oblongata. So you can see in the picture, medulla oblongata is containing 8 pairs of nerves, and which functions in the function of heart, lungs, pharynx and swallowing of food. It is also associated with hearing and balancing. So you can see total 12 12 pairs of nerves are originating from the brain that are called the cranial nerves. Now the spinal cord, another part of the central nervous system. It is originating from the posterior part of medulla oblongata, and it leaves the skull through foramen magnum and extends up to lumbar vertebra. So as you can see in the picture, the spinal cord, the white cord inside the vertebral column, is protected by the vertebral column. Here the position of grey matter and white matter is just opposite to the cerebrum of brain. The white matter of spinal cord is the outer part and grey matter is inner part here. So you can see again in the picture the spinal cord, yellow spinal cord inside the vertebral column, and the spinal nerves are passing out through the hole located between the vertebra. You can see in the picture here the yellow spinal nerve is passing through the holes of vertebral column, and total 31 pairs of nerves are originating from the spinal cord. Spinal nerves transmits impulses to and from the spinal cord. So this is how brain and spinal cord is forming the central nervous system, receiving the stimulation and sending the command to the target cell or muscles. So thank you all for today.